So I made a video, no recording, should I say, where I said that you are the day itself, but your human avatar machine thing is the keyhole access point to, or the kind of experiential point of the day. Yeah, the entire day is you. Okay, everything within your day is you. The sun, the moon, joy, grief, everything within your day is you. Okay, hold on 1 second. Yeah, because when I say that you are the day of how do I say it? Each and every single one of us, every single reflection of consciousness itself, collectively or cumulatively, we are the days of our own lives, right? We are episodes, if you like, of consciousness unfolding through form, yeah, in real time. So each of us is a self-contained arc, if you like, a moving vignette of the one, watching itself play out in time. Yeah, time being the operative word here, because time is part and parcel of the simulation or the dream. Yeah. Okay. So you are not in the day. You've never been in a day. You've never experienced a day before. You don't even know what a day is. Because you yourself are the day. It can't be argued, bro. Okay. It's early in the day. I just woke up. So recognize that you are an entire expression of the infinite. Yeah. You. Yeah. You are an entire expression of God, the one. Like, it baffles me that people don't actually think that's actually real. It's so crazy how the human brain works, because people think that they are an expression of themselves, whatever themselves is, or, and they have to then kind of get favor from the infinite or God, which is insane, because how do you even align that? Because if you think that you are an external appendage of the infinite, then how are you here? How are you in the dream? How are you in the simulation? Okay, fair enough. You say you're not God, you're not the infinite, you're not the one, you're something else. You're just a human being. Okay, fine. How is a human being in the mind of God experiencing it? It's impossible. There's no access point. Okay. So being an entire expression of the infinite, you're everything in between, from sunrise to sunset, day to night, joy to grief, summer to winter, fall to spring, birth to death, written across the face of reality, if you like. So yeah, we are the days of our lives, bro. Because everything, you gotta realize that, like, from the perspective of the one, pure consciousness, God, infinite awareness, a day doesn't exist as the human experiences it, because a day is basically just a loop of perception, Clocks and calendars and all that kind of stuff is just human make-believe stuff, mumbo jumbo, So essentially, it's like a ripple in the stillness of eternity, That's what a day is, Just like a pulse. That's it, And you gotta realize that a day to God, or the one, or infinite awareness, because people get funny about the word, a single moment is unfolding infinitely, There's no such thing as a moment passing. Moments don't pass. The moment just begins and then unfolds. Okay? For all we know, we're still in the same moment from the beginning of time. The very same moment when consciousness, God, awareness thought, okay, let me experience myself. That moment is what we're still in now, wherever now is. Do you understand? So what we call a day is simply one of the infinite lenses through which the one experiences the one. Yeah? Think of it as a dream sequence, because just as in a dream, okay, so let me stop there actually. When you dream, you didn't go into a dream, you didn't attend a dream, you didn't participate in a dream. You are the dreamer. Yeah? So the dream emanated from you. You're the origin point of the dream. So you are the dream. Not just the dreamer, you are the dream itself. Okay? Being the dream itself means that you may recall certain things. Yeah, you may avoid certain things within it. You may think whatever you want to think within it. But the fact still remains that it's all you. Okay? So we may recall a whole day of events, right? But it happened in an instant. It's crazy, but it's true, yeah? Because to the one, a day is no more or less real than a scene in a dream. A whole day could be just like a scene in a dream. Yeah? And that's a fact. And it works both ways. Daydream, same thing. Yeah? So, yeah. I think the ego also, another thing I've been working on, and I think I'm going to record this at some point when I actually find a minute. You go realize that, hold on one second. Yeah, I've been working on this. I'm going to try and record at some point, the interface refresh, what we know as sleep. Yeah. Yeah. So, what I've been trying to say is whenever I use the word ego, what I mean is the avatar, the human machine. Yeah. The keyhole through which we're looking at this microcosm, and experiencing this microcosm at the same time. Yeah. Kind of like your GTA character. Yeah. So that's what it is. It comes with the story, comes with behaviors and all that kind of stuff. And what I've been advocating since day one is don't be a dummy. Don't be the ego. Yeah. You are more than that. If you want to, that's your shout. You go for it, man. Good luck. Now, the one, infinite awareness, can't sleep. It's impossible for it to sleep. Sleep is something that doesn't even exist to it. So each day is the shifting of narrative context. Yeah. It's not a break in continuity. Yeah. So just like how you're in a dream and, oh, there's that scene. Okay. Now I'm going to go there. Now I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to do that. Yeah. That shifting of the narrative. But in the dream, when it happens, it's almost kind of like there's no break. It just seamlessly flows to another scene, then it flows to another scene, flows another. But in the physical dream, physical simulation, it feels like a break in continuity, but it's not. Yeah. Because as soon as you sleep, you realize that you're still aware. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to get up now. You're the days of your life. So, I'm up now. So I'm actually more kind of, alert or aware, should I say. Anyway, so just to add a bit more to the video or the recording that I just made, well, I'm just going to post shortly on the fact that you are the day, we are the days of our lives. Yeah. That's what awareness actually is. Now, I'm not going to go over what I just spoke about, because this is going to be an add-on into the first part. So the first part just covers everything, the concept itself, and, just like the fact that the dream emanates from the dreamer, the day also has to emanate from the dayer or the dreamer. Yeah. Now, in the illusion of physicality, because physicality is an illusion. Yeah. And, before any Muppet tells me that, oh, well, it was too early in the day. But yeah, physicality is an illusion, okay? Because form is just how we experience ourselves here, okay? As consciousness or awareness or infinity or God or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't, we can't know the name of the person, of the thing, yeah? We can't know the name of consciousness or awareness. The only thing
our kind of primitive tongues will allow us to say, or our primitive minds will allow us to call it, is primitive human minds will allow us to, is awareness. So let's just call it that. Yeah. We're experiencing this place through form, which is your physical body. Yeah. Your avatar, your meat suit, your machine, because it's actually highly advanced and highly technological, because I think that's an aspect of awareness itself also. Now, you gotta realize that form must exist in a space, yeah? Because when you think about it, form equates to experience, and that also equates to a day, yeah, which is you, yeah? Because if you are a day in the expression of the one, awareness, consciousness, whatever, then form is the expression of that day's theme, mood, and storyline. Let's stop there for a second. You are experiencing yourself, yeah, as awareness. So there must be a theme. There must be a storyline, yeah, because you are a story maker. You are a creator. That's what you do, okay? So because you're awareness and you're playing this role, each step or each kind of like, this topic is really clunky with the words. All right, think of it this way. Let me just park that for a second. I'm going to try and explain it using like the 24-hour day, because we all know what that is. Okay. So a day in the human kind of level of awareness, yeah, is 24 hours. Okay. And that 24-hour day, even though it's something you can't touch, yeah, it's not tangible, it still needs a few variables in order for it to actually be it. Okay, what do I mean? So the 24-hour day needs time to unfold. Do you understand? Because without time, then the day cannot unfold. It wouldn't even start. So therefore, time is part and parcel of the simulation, or part and parcel of the dream, or part and parcel of this experience called life. Yeah, I've mentioned this many times. 2, the 24-hour day also needs space, yeah, to occur within. Otherwise, it can't start. Yeah, and within that space, the 24-hour day can then unfold, okay? And then within that space, there are all the other variables of light and shadow shifts to reveal the contrast, which allows the thing to experience itself. Yeah. So just like how, so you yourself being awareness, right? You need time in order to unfold. You need time in order for you to actually occur or happen. Yeah. This place, wave your hands around. Yeah, that's space in order for you to occur. Otherwise, you can't begin. You'll be back to the void. Yeah, where you are space, inverted in itself. And then you need the light and shadow shifts in order to reveal the contrast, so you can see where you are and what that is, and yeah. Otherwise, again, you're back in a void where space, time, and all of that has inverted on itself, and you are everything all at once, and you can't separate. You don't know what you are, and you don't know what that is, but you are all things at the same time. Yeah. So you as form, you also need a field or space to express and reflect the experience of that singular unified awareness or consciousness. Without the space, yeah, i.e. the world, or the illusion called the world, the dream or the simulation, yeah, you're just potential unexpressed. You following so far? Excellent. Now, space itself is not separate from you. Just like how Caravaggio, Rembrandt, all the great artists in time, yeah, everything they created, the Mona Lisa, you go and see it, Leonardo's drawings, etc., 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 etc. Without the canvas, that thing doesn't exist. So the Mona Lisa and its canvas, or any of the great impressionists or whatever, all their works of arts without the canvas does not exist. Do you understand? The canvas and the work of art are inseparable. They are one thing. Any questions? Cool. Now, realizing that space is not separate. Yeah. It's the canvas. Yeah. So therefore space isn't other than you. It can't be. Yeah. So the world you're in, the day that you're in, the space you occupy can't be separate from you, bro. Like how? How, Sway? It's impossible. Because without a canvas, a painting can't be known. Yeah? Imagine Caravaggio didn't have a canvas. All those great works would just be images in his head. Van Gogh, all the stuff would be stuck in his head. It wouldn't be able to be translated or experienced. Do you understand? That's what you are. So you, in the mind of God, as a thought, I want to go and be this. I want to go and play Mary. I want to go and play John. I want to go and play Nora. I want to go and play Philip. I want to go and play whoever. Without the canvas, you don't exist, bro. You're stuck in some mumbo jumbo place in God's mind. Do you understand? So the day is the same as the dream. It's the canvas that allows the expression to actually be. Yeah? A form or any form can't realize it is a form without the space around it. I'm gonna let that breathe for a second, bro. You know? So, just like I said, without a canvas, a painting can't be known. Without space, sound can't echo. Yeah? Without a world, the character doesn't become aware of a story. Yeah? I did a visual on this with life and death and sight and light and sound, light and dark and sound and silence. I remember back along. So if you've seen it, if not, check it out. It's in there somewhere. I don't know. But anyway, so this is why space and form are co-emergent. Yeah. One doesn't pre-exist the other. They arise together to facilitate a scene of awareness. Yeah. So the day and you are co-emergent. You emerge with the day. You wake up, the day begins. When you're not awake or you're not here, the day hasn't begun for you. It's not even a thing. You might think other people are in the day and they're doing their thing. That's all illusion, Maya, because they're all in their microcosms, floating about in the mind of God somewhere. Yeah. Thinking you're on earth, but hey, whatever. Yeah. So you are a day, bro. What does this mean, really? That means you are a moment. You are the moment in the eternal timeline of consciousness or awareness. You are it. Do you understand? Not a calendar day, but a phase of awareness, an aspect of awareness, exploring itself through a story, because that's what you do. You create stories, yeah? Of time, space, physical avatar, body, ego, mind, desire, resistance, contrast, so on and so forth. Yeah. You are the expression of a particular note in the song. Okay. You are a brushstroke in the painting. Yeah. So all the other bits have to come together for you to exist. You and the artist are not separate. You get it? Yeah. If I create a work of art, yeah. Can you look at a Rembrandt or a Caravaggio or those are my two favorite like artists anyway. So those names pop to the top of my head. But you can't look at any great work of art, right, and think that work of art is separate from the artist. It is the artist. When I look at that painting, I am looking at Caravaggio expressed in another form. Is there a question in the building? No. When you hear a song, that's why when a person creates a song, poetry, anything, yeah, that person can die because the physical is an illusion. Yeah. Okay, cool. You're gone. But that song reverberates. It lingers, right? Because the very thing that created that thing is timeless. It can't die. So that creation lives on as an expression of that thing. These are just facts, bro.